Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you thought, I am just not prepared? I did not fully prepare for this situation. I thought I was going to be ready. I thought I had myself together. I thought I had my ducks in a row, but I was not prepared. Have you ever had that moment where you thought, whoops, I was not prepared for this? I thought I had it together. So today we're going to talk about how to prep your house for peace. Hey y'all, my name is Anastasia. I am the Soft Life Therapist. I am here to help guide you into your soft girl era. So hey friends, hey besties, hey cousins, let's jump into this girl talk. So how to prepare your house for peace. I'm gonna be looking at my notes. Number one, toilet paper and paper towels. I know you're gonna laugh at this. I know you're not think it's funny, but toilet paper and paper towels. When you get paid and you get your money and you're doing your budget, you better make sure that you are budgeting and that you are stocking up on toilet paper and paper towels. When you get your paycheck and you're allocating your money to your mortgage, your rent, your gas, your electric, your cell phone bill, your groceries, please, 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 please buy extra toilet paper, buy extra paper towels, stock up. You never want to find yourself where you're in a pinch, where you're in a bind, and you're in the bathroom relieving yourself, and you are down to your absolute last sheet of toilet paper. And then now, you have to call one of your family members, you have to call one of your kids, your husband, somebody. You got to call somebody, anybody, to come bring you another roll of toilet paper. And now you're in the bathroom indisposed, gotta open the door, have somebody come in there. All that extra stuff that could be avoided, right? Or what if you're single? What if you're single and you live alone and you don't have enough toilet paper? What if you do that and you're like, oh snap? So my suggestion to you is never start a mission that you don't have all of the materials to complete. Never start a mission that you don't have all the materials to complete. Now you're halfway through the mission, you're halfway through the plan, and you don't have all the supplies and all the materials to make it through the plan. So when you get paid, when you're doing your budget, always stock up on toilet paper and paper towels. That's number one. Number two is feminine hygiene products. So whatever it is that you're utilizing, ladies, for your lady days, make sure that when you get paid and you're doing your budget and you're figuring out your finances for the week, the month, the pay period, that you are stocking up on tampons, pads, period panties, cups, whatever it is that you're utilizing, please make sure that you stock up. You never want to be out in public or out at work and have a moment that feels embarrassing. Periods are not embarrassing in themselves, but you don't ever want to find yourself in a situation where you're just feeling uncomfortable and you're feeling vulnerable and everybody's knowing your business that you didn't need or want them to know. So please, when you get your paycheck and you're doing your budget, make sure that you stock up on your feminine supplies, whether it's pads, tampons, period panties, cups, etc. Stock up on those supplies. Sometimes your period could come unexpectedly. Sometimes you could be out in public or you could be at work and then you're experiencing like a bloody show that's coming through your clothing, and that's just something that we don't need. If you're able to, keep an extra change of clothes at your job, in your desk or in your locker or in your purse. If you're able to, have an extra change of clothes at work. And if you have a daughter who's of age, like a preteen or a teenage daughter, do your due diligence to make sure that your daughter has a change of clothes in her locker, in her backpack. Make sure that she has extra feminine supplies, even if she hasn't experienced her lady days yet. Make sure that you have those supplies on hand just in case. You never want to find yourself in a situation where finances are thin or the economy is acting up and now you're down to your last and you don't have feminine hygiene products. Be aware that people who live in other countries that, they may be impoverished countries or just countries that have less resources, not having access to feminine hygiene products is a very serious thing. So if you are able to stock up on those items, please make sure that you do so. And if you find the kindness of your heart to donate to somebody who you know needs feminine hygiene products, do that. Number 3, laundry detergent. Laundry detergent is definitely something to stock up on to prep your house for peace. Why? Obviously, you're gonna need clean clothes. You need clean clothes every day. You need clean bras, clean panties, clean gym clothes. Certain clothing, it's gonna be in heavy rotation, like panties, bras, socks, workout clothes for the gym. If you are someone who works in a profession that requires a uniform, like if you are a server, a police officer, you're a pilot, you're a flight attendant, you work at a gym, you work at a spa, if you're working somewhere that requires you to wear a uniform every single day, that outfit's going to be in heavy rotation. It needs to be washed multiple times. So please make sure that when you get paid and you're doing your budget, now I am not a financial expert, but I have found that this is what helps me to budget and prep my house for peace, is making sure that I personally stock up on laundry detergent. So I would highly recommend stocking up on laundry detergent when you do your budget, and that's something that you can buy at like Dollar Tree or I think Five Below, places like that. It doesn't have to be fancy or expensive. You can even get hypoallergenic laundry detergent at Dollar Tree as an example. Number 4, sunscreen. I highly recommend, even if you're on like a bare bones financial diet, I would recommend making sure that you stock up on sunscreen. Because even if you have all the fancy products like a fancy cleanser, vitamin C serum, niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, licorice root, you could tell I love skincare, right? Even if you're locking in and you're in your hot girl era and you have all the skincare products, please make sure that you're stocking up on sunscreen. Like have a sunscreen that's maybe in your bathroom for your regular skincare prep. Have a sunscreen that's in your purse that you carry with you to reapply. If you're someone who travels a lot, have a travel sunscreen that you always keep in your travel bag when you're traveling. And also, they make lip glosses that have sunscreen, there's SPF in the lip gloss. So that's phenomenal. Because a lot of times people put sunscreen all over their face, but they skip putting sunscreen on their lips. I personally really love the Black Girl sunscreen. I do it all over my face. The Black Girl sunscreen, they also have a lip gloss that you can put on and it has SPF in it. This video is not sponsored. I just love the Black Girl sunscreen products. I also really love like the Neutrogena. They have like a water resistant version. It comes in a yellow tube. Love that too. I pretty much love any sunscreen. Like if it's a black owned brand, I want to support it. And I also love sunscreens that don't leave a white cast on the skin for those of us black people or people of color who do have darker skin tones. And then when you put the sunscreen on, it leaves that white cast because we have a deeper skin tone. So I personally like to use Black Girl sunscreen or the Neutrogena, the water resistant one. Highly recommend it because what's the point of using all of these fancy, skincare products that might have been recommended by your esthetician or your dermatologist if you're not sealing those products in or you're not protecting your skin from the sun so that you don't get skin cancer. So I would just say as a bare bones, like if you ran out of your cleanser, you ran out of your vitamin C serum, you ran out of your niacinamide, your hyaluronic acid, your licorice root, your alpha arbutin, whatever it is that you ran out of, I would say if you're dealing with a thin budget, make sure that you have sunscreen over all else. But that's just my humble opinion. I am not an esthetician or dermatologist, so always check in with your provider. Number 5, Lysol spray or Clorox wipes. And it doesn't have to be these particular brands, but any type of disinfectant wipe or disinfectant spray, if you feel comfortable using it, highly recommend doing that. For those of you that watch my TikTok or watch my Instagram, you know that I'm a world traveler. And you know that I'm constantly traveling across the United States. I love to travel, I love to see our country, and I love to see our world. So for me personally, when I come home from my travels, I do not bring my luggage all the way in my home. I leave my luggage by my front door, by the foyer, and as soon as I come home, I spray my luggage down with Lysol. Because you just never know what's on airplanes, what's in buses, wherever it is that you're traveling, hotels, etc. As soon as I come home, I spray my luggage down with Lysol. I spray the wheels too. A lot of times people, they clean their luggage, they clean the inside, they clean the outside, but they don't clean the wheels. And you're wheeling your luggage if you have a rollerboard. You're wheeling it through the airport. You're wheeling it through the bus station. You're wheeling it through the train station. You're wheeling it outside, wheeling it through the hotel. It's collecting a lot of germs. So please make sure when you disinfect your luggage, you're disinfecting the wheels. I operate in a no shoes home. In my home, that is the boundary that I have set. No shoes. As soon as people step into my house, you take your shoes off, you leave the shoes at the door. That's my boundary. I have a basket at my front door that has slippers, so if I have a guest over, ladies' night, whatever, I offer my girlfriends a pair of slippers to put on. I have booties. The booties are big enough to fit over shoes as well. I learned this little trick when I was a preschool teacher, and it's just not sanitary to be walking around with your outside shoes like in a nursery full of infants, getting those germs on the floor. And the children are crawling around on the floor and putting their hands in their mouth. That's how they learn. And then now we're spreading hand, foot, and mouth disease in the preschool, and we don't need that. So anyway, I say all that to say, I learned that little tip about having shoe booties by the front door from just being a preschool teacher. So I highly recommend, having Lysol wipes, having Clorox wipes, or Lysol spray, something like that. Spraying down your luggage when you come home. Spraying down your shoes. When I come home, I spray down my shoes, top and bottom. I don't want to bring any of those outside germs into my home. Spraying the floor mat when I first come in. If you're someone who wears a uniform, like maybe you work in the medical field and you wear scrubs, I would say come in. If you're not already doing this, take off your uniform, take off your scrubs, throw them in the washing machine immediately. Number 6, body spray. I highly recommend having body spray. And you're probably like, okay, Anna, like if I have a bare bones financial diet, why would I buy body spray? Well, again, you can get body spray at Dollar Tree, and you can also get body spray at like a drugstore or a pharmacy for cheap. You can get, for an affordable price, I'll say, something that's economical. You can get a body spray for maybe $1, or even under $10 or under $5, you can get a body spray. So get a body spray that you personally like. I personally like vanilla. I like Vanilla Fantasy. But get a body spray that you like. Whether it's vanilla body spray, lavender body spray, cotton candy, something that's coffee themed, coffee inspired, something that's floral. But get whatever body spray works for you. Because your body spray can also double as a room spray, double as an air freshener. You can spray it on your comforter or your pillow at night to relax you. I really love just having a body spray. Even if you're down to your last financially, obviously buy food, make sure your rent and mortgage is paid. But if you're kind of dealing with a shoestring budget or kind of on a noodle diet, as the budgetnista would say, maybe you can get a $1 or a $5 body spray if you're able to budget for that. Because again, it can double as a room spray, and it can also just be your signature scent, your signature fragrance. It doesn't have to be a fancy fragrance like a Dolce & Gabbana or a Rihanna fragrance or an Ariana Grande fragrance, or it doesn't have to be something that's like super expensive like Gucci or YSL or something like that. Nothing wrong with growing your perfume collection. If you want to grow your perfume collection and get some of those higher end perfumes, if it's in your budget, do that. But if you're just prepping your home for peace, like you don't want to run out of things or be down to your last or just down to the bone, I would suggest always having like a body spray in your home. And then when you spray on your body spray, you just feel like yourself. Maybe you have a signature scent when you go out, you're feeling yourself. When your friends and family see you coming, they might smell you coming before they see you coming, but in a pleasant way, in a positive and powerful way. So I would just say, number 6 on my list is body spray. Number 7 on my list, last one on the list, these are my 7 tips or 7 items, if you will, to prep your house for peace. Number 7 is Vaseline, y'all. I mean, this video wouldn't be right if I didn't say to make sure that you stock your house with Vaseline. Come on now. In my personal opinion, dry lips are torture. Dry lips are torture. And if you are a parent and your kids are going to school, please do not let your kids go to school with dry lips, because your kids are going to get made fun of. It's a cruel world, and children can just blurt things out and be unkind. You do not want your child to be at school with dry lips. That's going to be torture for your child. They're going to get made fun of and teased, possibly. We don't condone bullying, but people just be saying stuff. And then also, if your child is at school with dry lips, they are not going to be able to focus on the lesson. Trust me. So I would say, just things that you want to stock up on, like when it's payday and you're stocking up on your toilet paper and paper towels and your feminine hygiene products, please stock up on Vaseline or chapstick or whatever it is that you're using, body oil, whatever, coconut oil, whatever it is that you're using to keep your lips hydrated, to seal in the moisture, to have as an emollient on your lips. Please do that. Keep the Vaseline in your bathroom for when you're doing your skincare routine. I personally like to do slugging sometimes at night, like do all my skincare products and then do some slugging, just completely cover my face in Vaseline before I go to sleep, or like olive oil or something like that. Keep that Vaseline in your bathroom by your skincare products, or keep it on your nightstand by your bed. You might wake up in the middle of the night. I know sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I'll put some Vaseline on my lips, or I'll have a sip of water if I wake up in the middle of the night thirsty or dry or whatever. And just keep some Vaseline in your purse, in your backpack, at work. Definitely pack some Vaseline or some chapstick, in the bag for your kids at school. Please don't let your kids go to school and just be having dry lips all day. I say I have like an affinity or just a pet peeve about that, because I used to be a preschool teacher and I used to be an elementary school teacher. Please don't let your kids be at school all day with dry lips. Please, please, please. So just to give a quick recap, how to prep your house for peace. These are my 7 tips, 7 item suggestions. Toilet paper and paper towels, feminine hygiene products / change of clothes, laundry detergent, which can double as dish detergent or hand soap when you're in a pinch, sunscreen, Lysol spray or some type of disinfectant spray or disinfectant wipes, body spray, and Vaseline. So those would be my top 7 things that I'm suggesting that you keep on hand. Stock up on when you have financial abundance, so that they're always available in your house. Again, you never want to be caught with your pants down in the bathroom, last stitch of toilet paper, and you're relieving yourself and that's all you got. You got to call your family or you live alone. So again, these are my top things that I think you need to keep in your house. Stock up on when you have financial abundance, so that your house is prepped for peace. Or if you do have a moment where things are thin and you're down to the wire, you have certain things in abundance where you can use it when you need it and you're not scrambling in a jam. You are prepared. All right, y'all. Thanks for watching. That's all I have for you in this moment. This is Anastasia, the Soft Life Therapist. I'm here to help guide you into your soft girl era. So I love y'all. I love you, friends, besties, and cousins. Make sure you're following me on Instagram at Soft Life Therapist. Make sure you're following me on TikTok at Soft Life Therapist 1. I love you so much, and just always remember to connect, create, and crown. Connect to yourself and connect to your higher power. Me personally, I connect to God, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus Christ. Connect and create your dream life. Create your dream life in your mind. Think about it, believe it, visualize it, because if you can see it, you can dream it, you can believe it, you can manifest it, it can happen. So create your dream life and crown yourself, okay? Crown yourself, because you are royalty. You're part of a royal priesthood. You're God's son or God's daughter. So crown yourself. Always remember to connect, create, and crown. This is Anastasia, the Soft Life Therapist. I'm a licensed mental health therapist. I am not your personal therapist. So if you do need therapy, make sure that you go through the proper channels, like maybe getting a referral from your doctor and getting a therapist that you can talk to about your personal issues and create a treatment plan. So this is just some advice from me. Take it or leave it. This doesn't substitute your therapy, but I do love y'all so much, so I just wanted to come on here and give y'all some tips. All right, y'all. Be good. Stay out of trouble.